Okay, so I'm working on Bubba today, and I've already got the back of his head off. And I'm working on the, here, let me get back here. I'm working on the wires right here. See if I can show you. Yeah, right in there. But I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with his head here because the air hoses are working fine. But I'm trying to figure out a way to get his eyes not to move so quickly. I'll show you what I mean. Watch this. See how fast they're moving? There's a lot of air going into them and coming out of them. Because I want them to move a lot smoother than that. Because they're jerking around like that. So I don't want that. By the way, I didn't take his eyes out. You know, someone screwed a hole here to get into these eyes, because his eyes are actually in the front here, because we're in the back. So someone here, I'll turn the light on so you guys can see on my phone. Yeah, someone stuffed some tissue or something in there. I don't know why. Yeah. But I've already taken these screws out over here. Now these screws go in here to hold the mask to the mechanism. Right here, you can see some of the holes are wide open. That's where the screws were, so I took them out. Yeah, there's one right there. So, but I'm also trying to loosen the mask a little bit so that his eyelids can blink, and I got his eyelids going a lot smoother. I'll show you that. If I can hit the button. Here we are. Oh no, wait, my bad. That's the hand. Well, I got the hand moving. The hand's moving a lot smoother. I don't have the hand moving automatically yet, but I got it moving smooth now. This one is still busted. That one just has a bad cylinder. Yeah, I think the cylinder's got to get fixed in there. Yeah. So, which one are the eyelids? Here we are. Okay, watch this. See, that's a lot better, because originally they were coming up and down, and they were making like a noise, you know? And I was trying to diffuse that. That's a lot better. But now that I got the mask loosened, his eyelids are opening up better. But the eye problem is a little bit more difficult than I thought, because whoever fixed all this, because these tubes are obviously new. I don't think these are that old. Because I think these tubes were put in 2007. I think they all got them, actually. But in 2007, I never saw them looking any better. And you guys have seen that footage. Okay, it's about 8:35 p.m. And I've been messing around with the wires back here for about a little over an hour. And I've given up, actually. I don't know, I can't get the hand to work. This one obviously has a bad cylinder. We still have to fix that. We're not going to fix that for these vlogs, so maybe another time. This hand, I don't know what's wrong with it. I keep looking in the back. I've been clicking wires together in the back and trying to fix them. And then I ran it one time and Bubba's mouth was entirely open. And now I got the air pressure in the mouth all mixed up, so I got to fix that. Okay, take a look at Bubba's eyes. I got them a little bit closer to what they look in that 1999 picture. Yeah. See how one's looking straight at you, but the other one's looking a little lopsided? Yeah, that's what I want. I want it looking exactly like that. So instead of the eyes moving back and forth, they're going to just stay like that. Because that looks a little closer to what he looked like in 1999. And I didn't plan on that. That just happened to be an accident. I was messing around with the air pressure back here, and his eyes froze into place while I was working on it. So I actually like that a lot better, so I'm going to leave it that way. As far as his eyelids go, I'm going to leave them alone. I'm not going to paint them for the vlogs. I'm going to leave them alone for now, because we don't have a whole lot of time left before we're open 7 days a week. So I'm going to leave those alone. So I'm going to tighten up the mask, because the mask is loose. Fix the mouth. One more thing. Yesterday, I didn't bring the camera, but I did manage to fix his mouth a little bit, because his mouth, I can't push it down because I got the air pressure on, obviously, because his head's up and his mouth's closed. But if you notice, and some of you guys have been here and I've told you this, his mouth was a little loose. It was a little downward when he would not talk. But I got it up a little bit. It's not up all the way, but I'll show you. Here, let me turn my flashlight on my phone, and I'll show you guys. It's kind of hard to see. Let me take that down. Now it's going to be really hard to see. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. You see that screw right there on the left? You could use a Phillips head screwdriver for that. That screw was so loose. I must have turned the Phillips screwdriver at least 11 times to the right. That's how loose it was. But once I tightened it up, this mouth went from like here to here. Okay? I didn't get it all, I mean, it's not going all the way up like this, but that's a lot better than what it used to be. So that was the little problem in there. So we got his jaw working a lot better, but I do have to fix the air pressure in here. So I'll take the camera around and I'll show you guys how that's done. Okay guys, bear with me here. I'm holding the camera on the tripod and I'm holding the phone in the other hand. So it's kind of hard to see. Now these are all the air tubes in here. Let me get Bubba's fur out of the way. Okay, here are all the air tubes. Here are the buttons, the blue buttons right here. Now, this one right here, see these things right here? Now see that little knob, that little white knob right there? It's kind of hard to see. It's right where my finger is, if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see, but anyway, no, it's right there. See it? Well, that little white knob, straight ahead, that is how you open up the air valves. So if you have it opened up really, really wide, you're going to have the air flowing in and out of it really fast, like water. And if you close it up real tight, that's going to seal the air off, and that'll make the functions move a lot slowly. So we're going to work on the mouth, because the mouth is having a little bit of problems. Okay, so I'm working on the mouth. And that's the first one, right over there. That would be the first one. So I'm going to push the button and show you guys. Oh yeah, you can still see it. Okay, so I don't need the phone. So I'm going to push this button in. Now here's the problem. Take a look. Here's his mouth. Okay, it's opening pretty well, but when you remove the button, look what happens. See how slow that takes to close up? Now what if he has a lot of words? Like, good going there, Rocky. You know what I mean? Like, that takes a while for the jaw to close. So what we want to do is we want to find the air hose, which is one of these two right here, orange one and the black one, because they're plugged into the first button, which is the mouth. So we're going to go up, and we're going to follow these two air tubes, and we're going to find the screw on it, and we're gonna tighten it up. Right there, yeah. See, now you guys see that little white knob? It's right on top of my finger. That's what you turn. So this is the this is for the mouth. Yep. Now we're not going to be able to tell if this works or not. So the best way to do it is to have them running while you do it, because there's no way you can tell if you're opening a valve or closing a valve, or how fast the mouth is opening or closing. So it's always a good idea to have these guys running, because there's no way you would know what you're doing unless they were running. Now, are they plugged in? Yeah, they're plugged in. Okay, so I'm gonna turn them on. I got the volume turned on, turned low, because hearing them right now is not important. Okay, here they go. Here we go. By the way, I had the back of Rocky's head off because I was taking a look at Bubba's situation back here, and I wanted to see where things were matching up, because it's pretty much the same matchup here. There's his head, in case you're wondering. Alright, oh, the mouths are moving pretty fast. My guess is this is Cotton Eye Joe. If they stop moving, yep, this is Cotton Eye Joe. Oh yeah. Let's see if it is. Hold on. Give it time. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Yep, that's it. That's what I thought it was. Okay, now we got Bubba's mouth here, so let's fix this air hose. And I'll keep the camera on the mouth, so that way we'll be able to tell. Let's see what we got. Okay, this one feels wide open, this one feels closed. So let me open this up a little bit. Okay, it's open. Let's see how it works. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Now it's moving. Okay, that worked out. that's good. That's pretty good. So, let me check one more time. Okay, let's see here. Where did you come from? Yeah, that works. That looks pretty good. Now let's take a look at how Bubba looks with his eyes looking that way. Yeah, I like yeah, he looks just like his old self. Wait till we get the hat back on. That'll look pretty good. Yeah. Now I can't zoom in on the camera because I got the zoom function messed up, but if you look closely, you can see the inside of his head. You see, like, underneath, in between the eye and the like, you can actually see the mechanism holding up the eye right there. That's because the mask is extremely loose. So I got to tighten it back up. But not too tight, because I want to give his eyelids room to open and close, because that's why, remember we had that problem with Rocky last year. See how his eyelids are able to open and close smooth? Well, we want to have that with Bubba as well, because if you have the mask on too tight, the eyelids are going to have a hard time opening and closing. I'm not too worried about the eyes moving back and forth because they're stationary, because I got the air pressure making them stationary. Actually, no, wait, that's not true. Well, it's partially true. The other reason is because the wire that makes them go back and forth, I can't get them to work. Trust me, guys, I've been back here for 2 hours clicking wires together inside of Bubba. I'm tired. If I can get his torso to move and his eyes to open and his mouth to work, we're good. But hey, if I can find a way to get all the functions working, that's even better. I wish I could. Now this is Country Roads. I have the volume completely turned off, so yeah, everybody's looking pretty good. But once we get Bubba working better, we'll be, yeah, there we go, it's working. To the place I belong. Yeah, it's looking good. Take me home, country roads. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, so one more thing I want to show you guys. We got the benches back up here. We're going to put them over there and over there because the other benches are back in the pier. So, we've had these benches up on the fun deck for a while, and I brought them up here on Sunday night. I didn't bring the camera with me, and I wish I had filmed this process because I painted these yesterday. But when I came up here, when I brought them back up here on Sunday, which, by the way, was a nightmare, lugging them from the fun deck outside, down the ramp, past Music X, over inside by the carousel, bringing them up the ramp. I mean, like, it's a good thing I had them on wheels. They don't run on wheels. I had a little thing on the bottom to put them on wheels, but when I brought them up here, I took a look at them, and guys, they looked bad. I mean, they looked worse than this fence when we painted it, okay? It was completely chipped. So I brought in my tarp, and I painted these things, and yeah, they're all good to go for the weekend. So I'm gonna put one over there in that corner, and the other one over there in that corner. Now, I remember back in the day, it's just a little side note here, I remember back in the day, I even have a picture of myself from 1998, I believe. One of these benches sat over here. It used to sit right here, because I would sit right here in the corner, before we even had this thing. This didn't come in until 2008, because for the longest time, the only railroader that we had was that one over there in the corner, and that one stood over there, screwed in. In fact, I think you can still see the holes. Can you still see the holes? Yeah, there it is. Right there. This is where it stood. Stood right up here for a long time. But anyway, this didn't come in until 2008. So before that, even in the 90s, we had one of the benches facing here, and I would sit right here on the end when I was a little kid, and I would imitate them because I had a good view of them, from sitting over here. So yeah. So that's where we are tonight. This is day one of filming. Technically day 2, because yesterday I was doing this. But yeah, so I'll be back here tomorrow night. And like I said, I'm only gonna do one character at a time. Like I'm working on Bubba right now. I'm not working on anybody else. I took Rocky's head off because I had to look at something for Bubba. But I'm gonna try to finish up Bubba tomorrow. And I'm gonna get I gotta get a lint roller and get that stuff off his pants. Yeah, so that's where we are as of right now. So till tomorrow.